Okay, this is going to be the next video for our acoustic speaker. So I'm going to be titling this one Pimp My Project. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things that we can do to improve our project a bit. So let's go to our Google Apps and open Sketchup for Schools. All right, and we'll open our acoustic speaker. There it is. So our last video should have got us this far. Now, we're going to, I don't know whether you remember the one that I made at school or that I showed you at school. It had a chamfer on the bottom so that this doesn't sit flat on the table. It sits at a bit of an angle. Kind of improves the look a bit. So we can do that here. And yeah, so how we will do that, we're going to go over here and we're going to choose the protractor tool. We're going to click. And we want to make sure that we're on that green face. So our protractor is green. If your protractor jumps to some other color, what we can do is hold down Shift on the keyboard and, when that's green, hold down Shift on the keyboard and that should stay on that plane no matter where I move it. So if you're having a problem, get it green and then hold down Shift. Or actually yours might be red even, depending which way you've got this orientated, but the protractor needs to be on that face. Anyway, we'll click once to start, to place, and then we're going to click once to start the angle, and that's going to be on the corner. So click again, and we can adjust this to any angle. And we actually want 10 degrees. So simply type 10, press enter, and that will set it at 10 degrees. I'm going to use the space bar to go back to our cursor. Now, if you remember, each one of these was a component. And now to edit a component, we actually need to open the component. And unfortunately in SketchUp, we can't do this easily to all of them all at once, what I'm about to show you. So we actually have to do this at a separate time for each component. So starting on one of the components, if you remember, we double click to open the component. Now we can edit that component. We're going to use the line tool, which is over here. And we want the intersection of that dashed line that we just placed there. Let's click once and click once. Now we want the push-pull tool, which is over here, push-pull. We'll click once and we'll move that across. All right, space bar, click to close that component. We're going to edit the next component. Double click, line tool or L on the keyboard. And from the intersection, we get the little X to the dot and push-pull tool, which is P, click, back to that back edge. Spacebar, close the component. Double click to open the next component. I'll zoom in a bit. Line tool, make sure we get the intersection correct. Done. I'll zoom back out. Push-pull tool, click once. Take it to that back edge. It's not telling me. Yeah, there we go. On edge. That's what we want. And last push-pull tool. Well, if I zoom out too far, I can't see what I'm push-pulling. So click once to select, and then let's drag it back to that edge. Okay, let's close that component. We can erase this line. So E is the eraser. There we go. Now, yeah, that's got a nice